Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with the WBZ News Update. Our top stories: investigators in New Hampshire have tracked down the source of the robocalls, which used a fake recording of President Joe Biden telling people not to vote on New Hampshire primary day and leading up to it. The calls went out 2 days before the primary. It appeared to use AI to impersonate the president's voice.
We have identified the source of these calls to be Life Corporation, which is a Texas-based company owned by an individual named Walter Monk. The tracebacks also identified the originating source provider as Lingo Telecom, which is a Texas-based service provider.
New Hampshire Attorney General's office has issued a cease and desist letter to those Texas organizations and opened a criminal investigation. The man named by investigators, Walter Monk, is a Texas-based entrepreneur who has founded, among other companies, a polling company. Jury selection is now underway in the murder trial of Adam Montgomery. He is charged with killing his daughter Harmony, who disappeared in 2019 but wasn't reported missing for 2 years. Adam Montgomery's estranged wife told police the little girl died after her father hit her repeatedly. Her body has never been found. WBZ's legal analyst explains it could be hard to find an impartial jury for this trial.
Both sides are going to want to have the jury to be properly vetted because the prosecution doesn't want to secure a conviction only to have it flipped at the end of it. And the defense team doesn't want to have a jury pool that may be tainted to be based upon the media reports of this case. But what will not change for either side when they do impanel this impartial jury is just the nature of the crime.
Opening statements in the trial will begin after the jury is seated. Researchers at Boston University say they've made a big step forward in understanding CTE. BU scientists say they've been able to show the amount of CET found in a patient can be linked to the severity of symptoms. The researchers hope this will lead them to a test where they can diagnose CTE while someone is still alive. Right now, it's only determined after a patient's death. The sun is out again. It's a little bit chilly. Let's get a check of the next weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Mikell.
Paula, we just keep our weather story just going along. Again, cloudy skies, perhaps even a light ocean-driven snow showers in the area south, mainly along Route 3 as well as Route 6. But again, our area of murkiness is really kind of crisscrossing the area right now with a northeast as well as southwest sort of axis. But farther west than that, clearing skies, ample sunshine. In fact, a viewer sent me in a beautiful picture. This is from my friend Brian on X. He kind of sent me this picture earlier this morning from Hopkinton saying, Jason, if you go west, sunshine, the clouds just open up. Again, at my house in the east, that's where a lot of cloud cover is. I appreciate that shot. Definitely, Brian. It really kind of dictates what we're dealing with today. So just a coating from the North Shore all the way to the South Shore. The Cape and the Islands, I'm not expecting anything more or less than a coating, friends, because temperatures, again, will be above the freezing mark at the surface for the remainder of the afternoon into the evening hours. Once we get deeper into the afternoon, mainly the drive at 5, yes, it's going to be a cloudy drive home. But again, as you're heading west, again, be mindful that the sun is going to be hitting you in the visor, so also protect your eyes if you're driving home later this evening on the Mass Pike moving over towards the Worcester Hills. Overnight tonight, not as chilly, okay? Keep that on your radar. Overnight tonight, waking up tomorrow morning, yes, we'll still be in the 20s widespread, but the wind chills will not be as chilly as they were earlier this morning. Making our way through our Wednesday afternoon, filtered sunshine. Clouds blow in from the west, clouds blow in from the east, and both of those are likely to marry right along the Boston area south on 495. It's going to be a mainly dry Wednesday, though, and this is going to be the driving force as we move deeper into the work week. By Thursday and Friday, mainly dry conditions, but also warming conditions moving back in. Currently, we're still in the 30s, widespread across the area, an ocean temperature of 40 degrees, about a 7-degree spread between P-Town and the ocean right now. So we're eliciting even more clouds to kind of blow out in this area. Later into the afternoon, temperatures are going to be cooling, going from the upper 30s right on the nose of the average high today, flakes out east, but more or less into the 20s overnight tonight. 37, I see you, Bedford. That is your forecast high temperature tonight. 26, you can see for Lawrence overnight, waking up for our Wednesday morning. 31, look at that, Taunton. Pair of 3s in both Plymouth as well as P-Town, and 32 degrees the freezing mark in Hyannis. Tomorrow, look at our conditions. Again, hit and miss sprinkles likely, maybe even a flurry or two, likely around the noon hour, and that'll carry into the early afternoon for tomorrow. But again, most of the area will be dry tomorrow. Now let's focus on Friday into Saturday and certainly by Sunday. This is going to be a very large system, but what will work in our favor will be how far north it is. The farther north it is, the limiting conditions that we get out of this thing. But again, that warm front lifts north across the area. That will propel our temperatures with a south-driven wind from the 40s on Friday to the 50s on Saturday and likely the 50s on Sunday. A splash over on the tail end of this cold front will likely spray us with a few isolated showers late Saturday night into Sunday, with a renewed chance of shower activity coming in from the south out of the mid-Atlantic by Monday. Here's the next 7. Again, going from the 30s to the 40s, eventually moving into the 50s. So we'll take it day by day and likely a deuce, okay, 2 days at a time. By Sunday into Monday, we kind of flirt back again into the 40s. Showers are much more likely, but notice the breezy winds Saturday, Sunday, and even on Monday. Paula?
Jason, thanks. I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.